Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful 22 October 2024. Super tired. We stayed up to show you this, and I'm glad I did because it's worth it. So do me a favor and enjoy. And if you were ever wondering if you have a value in the world, you do. If you ever wonder if you are loved, you are. If you ever wondered if you are deserving to breathe, you absolutely are. Nothing happened for no reason. You're placed on this earth for a reason. And if the reason is simply being you, then this is a good enough reason. Also, in the extreme chance, I know there's not a lot of you guys that are gonna ask that, but if you were wondering what the 22 October sunrise would look like in Montreal, maybe I can show you. Maybe I can help you out. On that note, good night. Your boy is going to sleep. See you in about, I don't fucking know, but I love you guys.
So you don't need to press any buttons. I already got it all set up. You just talk about it. Yeah. What do you got planned for today? Really? It's good to have you for a little bit before you go to bed. Everything's so good. How's your nap? You didn't take a nap? Yeah, well, you turned 2 years old 2 weeks ago, so you haven't even been in that terrible 2 stage. Don't you dare! No!
Every Sunday, she tell me she's in church, but she doesn't. Don't blink at your blink. Welcome to Velcome to the shop. Guess I'm doing well. Guess I'm having a wonderful day. On this 22 October 2024, we are gonna recap Painkiller Show. But before we even start, there's gonna be so there's gonna be episode 1, 2, and 3. There's gonna be 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and possibly an 8. I don't even know. But before we start, there's gonna be some rules. Okay. So when I refer to medication, right, I'm gonna use the word candy. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing that is because TikTok and YouTube aren't friendly towards somebody talking about medication the way I'm going to be doing, because it's a show about addiction to opioids, right? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. We're going to be talking about addiction. We're gonna call them hugs, because once again, I don't want to be having another strikes. And the show is great, but the show's already 2 years old, and for some reason, I think the politically correct has grown even longer. I think we're more sensitive than we were 2 years ago. I'm not sure why, but we are. So let's just start right away, because your boy has a food coming in 20 minutes, and I'm super excited. So let's freaking go. So again, I strongly recommend watching. Excuse me, Kansa. I strongly recommend watching The Why, because to me, this is a really, really good show. But I'm presented with a situation. I'm presented with a little bit of an issue. And a little bit of an issue is the show is entertaining, right? And the other issue is we're talking about addiction once again. And for me, it's a show, but for some people, it's a reality. And when I did the one to review, I'm like, oh, dude, this is a really good show. Then I have I woke up hungover. Not hungover, but just really tired. Went to rock a piss. Realized that I didn't have to piss. I'm joking. Yeah, I'm not super comfortable with the subject of addiction. It's the opioid. The show is more so about So I have an addictive personality. Oh, hyper-focus, maybe it's ADHD, but I'll hyper-focus on things. For example, content creation, food, a certain show, a certain anime, a certain game. You know, that's just the way I am. That's just the person I am. There's not a, it's not a, it's more, there's not a reason more than that. I'll be completely honest. That being said, if we're talking about the appeal, in the show is about how it was one of the world's biggest crises, and how it was somehow founded. Somehow because it wasn't criminal. It was criminal with ties. It was kind of okay, you know. So yeah, so I think we're gonna start with this show, and I'll do a season one. If there's only one season, I'll come back to it, right? So season one is actually not the most important, not the most important episode. I'm sorry, I took notes and I could not get to the notes. So the episode one is the intro to the character. So the story has a bunch of character, but the thing that I like a lot is that we have four main characters, and those four main characters are extremely amazing. So we got the old man, right? And the old man is the guy who came up with the recipe for the candy in question, which is responsible for the opioid, right? And the reason why he's important is because he's behind it. And you realize in the first episode, they're getting intro. So I wrote intro, character, and the stakes. What I think I'm gonna do, right? I think I'm gonna do a intro to every single character, and then why are they important in the story. So the content, not the content creator, the creator of the candy, the CC content creator. That's Rovia. I have to take a break. I have to talk to you guys. I'm not super comfortable doing this. The show is great, but see, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at, and I have 26,000 videos. If you look at every single recap that I ever did, every single recap, it's either an anime, a comic, it's either, I don't do a lot in the tragedy, right? I don't do a lot in the real life. So the fact that this is real life and this is also tragedy, this is one of the first time we do that, and because one of the first time we do that, I'm kind of uncomfortable, and I'm sorry for that. So the intro to the characters, we have the doctor. He's not really a doctor, kind of, but complicated. You realize that it's a man who has a lot of failing business, and he had this mentor who gave him everything, but also gave him the debt. So it's a rich man that doesn't want to lose money, right? That's the first character. We're gonna get more into the story in itself. The main character of the show, in my opinion only, is the married man, which is the second character. The married man, because he is a normal dude. And the thing with the married man that is phenomenal is that, I don't want to say that in a misogynistic way, I don't want to say that in a sexist way, but he kind of represents all men, but is how I picture a father to be. Normal dude with a normal job, he has a loving family, just doing his normal thing, right? And in my mind, the married man, I think the married man is because I relate to him a lot. There's no ring on his finger, if you wanna. And I think that's why I relate to him a lot. We have the salesman, which is Shannon Schaefer. Now, I'm gonna tell you a secret, okay? I'm gonna tell you a little secret. It is common rules in a show. It is common rules in media, okay? When you have no idea of what your name should be, you take the good old comic route. If you look at the comics, right? I'm gonna say, oh, Peter Parker, PP, Bruce Banner, BB. There's so many, I can't do anything. There's so many heroes, right? And again, if you want to put some in the comments, please do. That way nobody knows the fuck you're talking about. And to me, this is the golden rule when it's, when you don't know what you're talking about. When you don't know what you're talking about, when you don't know how to name a character. So Shannon Schaefer, SS. We got in his school because her stakes. So the married man's stakes is he get hurt. then you have the doctor. So when you look at the four characters, you have the doctor, you have the married man that is the consumer, right? You have the students. The students is in Shannon Schaffer is also very, very, very well written. And as far as written goes, see, there's a little problem. Alright, since episode 1 is its appearance, the guy who creates the candy, once again, a code word, you're not supposed to like him, he's an asshole. The father figure, the married man, you're supposed to like him. But during the show itself, he becomes a junkie. I don't know, but I don't relate to the junkie part of the character. Call me crazy. And then we have the student. And the student is really cool. You can kind of see her. You can kind of see a woman that is being told that she's beautiful. You can kind of see a woman that had nothing in life, that had a shitty family situation, that just moved out. You can kind of see that a woman that was naive to the outer world. So when there's another woman that said, hey, let's empower you, let's give you money, let's make you like this crazy salesman. She becomes this crazy salesman. And what I love here, what I love with Shannon Schaffer is she's very she's very naive, but in the best of ways. Is the naive into selling a product. A personal story, okay? I'm selling products, and I was in MLM, and at first, of course, I was selling the products, and the way they got to me is they said you're gonna be able to help your friend. You're gonna be able to make a lot of your friend financially independent. I don't care about money. Personally, I don't care. But when they said you're gonna be able to make a lot of your friend financially independent, it was an amazing thing because one of my best friends just had his first kid. I'm like, holy shit, that's gonna change his life. And then I really checked out the marketing behind the multi-level marketing. And I'm like, that's a piece of shit. That's horrible. That is horrible, right? And in the longer form of things, how can I put this? Complicated. The longer form of things is Shannon Schaffer is that. She's being told that she's selling a miracle product. She's being told that selling that is gonna improve life. She's being told that she's gonna help people and become independent. So she's naive because she believes, she trusts people. And the salesman industry a lot. The salesman industry a lot, and that's not the problem with salesmen. I'm not saying that every salesman is like that, but in most jobs that have a salesman, there's something called commission. The more you sell, the more commission you do. And the more commission you do, the more money you make. So people might be good people, but everybody is, to a certain level, susceptible to greed. And because everybody is susceptible to greed, you're gonna be, like, okay, well, I want to buy this, but I need this, and this. Maybe working, right? When you see me working hard, right? And somebody told me yesterday on TikTok, saying, hey, why are you making videos so long? You must be getting paid by the minute. And I was like, no, dude, I just make content because eventually I'll get paid. Am I doing it for cash? If you believe I'm doing it for cash, I've been doing it for 3 years and I haven't made a single penny from TikTok and YouTube. I didn't make money on Twitch, which is around, I want to say $225, and that's a very precise number. If I made that much in 3 years, so if I was there for the money, then I would be a dumbass. But I understand that there's gonna be a need for financial at some point, right? The person research, my favorite characters. See, I believe it's so cool because all the characters are so important. The salesman, I find her the most interesting because she's in between. So you have the consumer, which is the married. This is the beautiful thing. This is the absolute beautiful thing about the show. The person that made the candy, an asshole. The person who's a victim and is becoming an addict is a victim. And we got the research, which is the law enforcement. So you understand that she goes in and she is really researching the candy in itself, because she's really researching the candy. She's attacking doctors. She's attacking a lot of people, right? And that is pretty much it. And she is kind of like the pro. So if you would have a line of good versus evil, start with evil, right? You have the evil, which is over there, guys, over there. Over there. You got over the candy, right? You got the salesman in here, because she doesn't really know what she's doing. You got the addict, because he chose to lie to his family, which we're gonna see later on. And at the end, we got the prosecutor, which has a really good reason that we're gonna see later on. So it is a good sense of evil, but it's also the four of them, which is every single actor that had to do something in there. For example, the salesman. No, not the salesman. Sorry, the creator. I did say that he was gonna lose money, he was gonna lose everything, right? He'd be bankrupt. What I'm not saying, right? Give me a sec. Okay. No, because I did a Red Bull vision, but there's a description. See, what I'm not saying is he had a mentor, and that mentor told him like a good doctor is good, but it's even better if you get a good salesman. And that guy was the creator of morphine and codeine, which are both addictive, right? So the candy itself, it's not even a candy. And you know I'm using those terms for obvious reasons. And it's fun because they took the addictive part of both. They made it super addictive. That way people would get really hooked on them, and it would sell, right? With that comment, okay, the company with that, the new products, right? The study, the new name, yeah. When they do a study, and that's the craziest part. To a certain degree, and I understand that this is a documentary. That's my complaint about the show. It feels very theatrical. It does really feel like, oh, dude, this is a movie. However, it's inspired by true fate, so that I'm cool. And the way the show is very good in the beginning. They put a real testimony of a real person. This is cool. They had a study in, or they're putting away this product, right? And the name of the product is Oxycontin. So Oxycontin, there's another word with oxy, and people are really pissed about it. They do a group study, which is a group study is I'm going to present the product. I'm going to be behind the class. I'm going to be hidden, and I'm going to present the product, and I'm going to have a focus study group, which is a group of people that come in to react to an idea, to react to a product, to react to a concept, right? And then you're going to see the way they are, and it's kind of cool because you hiding will make them more honest. So they do a study group, and they have a negative ID, and then they say, oh yeah, but Oxycontin is really cool. And the craziest part about this show, the scariest part, is that when you look at the guy who created it, it's kind of crazy. He has his mentor talking to him, and you see him, he's alone. But into a super good relationship between the docs. Right, cool. The best thing is, in the first episode, right, the father figure, and I really enjoy that. The father figure, right, he has a funny doctor, and you look at the doctor, and I'll be completely honest, in the show, the doctor of the married man is, I'm gonna call him, I don't know his name. It's possibly one of the only, like, not morally correct, but morally, let's call it morally balanced. Morally balanced is a good way. So basically, he sells the Oxycontin, and he's like, holy shit, this is addictive, but I'm only gonna prescribe you something. Then you see that the married man, which is again one of the main characters, becoming slowly addicted to it. He's becoming slowly dependent on it. So it's like, okay, well, I should stop you. I should really stop you. Now the doctor didn't give a shit. And the first episode is crazy because you see doctor who are over-prescribing. You see doctor that are prescribing to a client that don't even exist. And the reason they're doing that is because they want to move volume. And because they move volume, then they're having this... Because they're moving volume, then they're having this bonus. Because they're getting bonus, you remember what happened? They get more cash. You're right. So number 2, that ends the super good relationship between Doc and Oxycontin. Oxycontin is a term that they use, but even the dumbest person invent that. No, not the dumbest, but not a scholar. can realize what it is. So a kitten is seen as a young girl, which is a very weird term to use, but it serves as this young girl. So in the media industry and the bar industry, you see that a lot. You see kittens, which is a young girl, and you're gonna pretend like they're attracted to you. So you see a kitten like that, right? And that's the beautiful thing about a kitten. It's such a perfect, and I'm sorry if that sounds misogynistic, but it's such a perfect term. A kitten will fall in love with you really easily, and a cat will not give a shit about you, even if you're the owner. To a certain degree, there's a lot of married men that feel the same way about their wife. The relationship, the honeymoon phase, and then the phase where there's not a lot of love, right? And the kind of the cool thing is because I do believe that I do think women are better at describing emotion, are better at showing love, at talking about love. They're better at understanding the emotion. They have better emotional intelligence. However, men are, in my opinion, better at demonstrating love. Like if I look at myself in a relationship, if I love somebody, I'm gonna show them that I love them. But then again, if they don't show me that they love me, then they have a different language, and I'm not necessarily sure that I'm gonna understand. It'll be something different. So the kitten is again a young woman. I'm gonna show love to an older person, and they're gonna make them feel love. Because they make them feel love, you get that. Oxykitten is also a term for employing, let's call it, hypersexualized people. So hooters actually call it an employee kitten. They don't know that. Then they have to change because human resources are like, no, that's not cool. They say, they talk about how the doc, right? They talk about how they're charming doctors to prescribe the Oxycontin. And then we have, in the second episode, which is crazy, we have, and the pacing of the show is really good, really good. The fact that we have episodes that are more focused on a character, but then the fact that in every single episode so far, there's been multiple instances of the character in itself that you have to, because the married man started episode 1 and he's completely normal, and episode number 8 he's completely a junkie. Now I know what you're saying, yeah, but that's a show. It's a show because that's 8 hours showing the trajectory, showing the development route, showing the step by step of becoming an addict. The addiction and the way it is. It's a hard thing, even in 8 hours. Okay, like, yeah, and then you see, right, some of the doctors are like, shit, what did you do? The very first episode, probably the second episode, is we got Shannon Shaffer, which is again the salesman, and she goes to a doctor. And what I really enjoyed, right, is she meets a doctor, and the doctor is like, no, they're happy with what they have, and she really sells them. And you have this doctor, and this doctor is, out of doctors, my favorite character. See, the doctor in the show are really nice. So the first doctor that you kind of like is the doctor of the married man, which is, he's funny, he's charismatic. Then you have this doctor, and this doctor is an asshole. Gonna say, oh, you're a fucking oxykitten. You don't know what the fuck you're selling. And he proves with facts the chemical processes to create oxycontin, the mixture of both, right? And he's like, okay, well, you mix that both, you're selling H. And he's like, yo, you don't even know what you're doing, you're dangerous. Get the fuck out of my house, right? This is the first doctor, and the problem with Shannon Shaffer is she's naive, but also kind of really smart. So she's naive, yes, but she's not dumb. And that's a very big difference between being naive and dumb. She asked the other girl, which is a mentor, hey, is it true? No, the doctor's like, no, it's not true. But then and the next episode, which is episode number 3, she's seeing the customer that she saw become an addict, and she has emotional guilt. So Shannon Shaffer is actually the perfect character. That's episode number 3. So basically, this is really cool. This is what I love about Painkiller. It could have been so, and just the last one, so, right? Oh, I forgot in the second episode the inspector. And I didn't mention her before because she had a slow build up. She had a slow build up. The problem with the inspector, and I think the person who plays her is a phenomenal actress. If you watch the show Orange is the New Black, she's Crazy Eyes. That's her character. She's actually really doing a good job. You can tell that she is this quote unquote bitch because she constantly goes, she pushes the issue, she pushes it, she pushes. You can tell that she's good at her job, right? She's really good because she's really clever. She's able to not necessarily predict, but guess. I don't think guess would be a good word. So she's able to take a situation and have an understanding of what happened, even if she wasn't there. She's really good at putting pieces together. She's a really good cop. The problem with her is, I believe she's one of the most interesting characters. The four of them are super interesting, but I do believe her character suffers from a clear flaw. And that clear flaw is she'll come in and she'll explain. For example, right? You have she's gonna tell you, hey, it took two of the most addictive drugs and they put them together, right? You're like, holy shit. The problem is, we saw that 5 minutes ago, and if you have a little bit of smart, if you have a little bit of if you have a little bit of understanding of what's going on, you understand that. So her character comes in more as a vulgarizer, and she'll be like, okay, this is what happened. I'll tell you what happened, so that way, you're not confused. Episode number 2, she really is good, and it's funny because in a perfect way, her character is interesting because, again, she doesn't know shit. Her character, the character of the inspector is possibly the most interesting. If I had to choose one character, possibly the inspector, because she's the one that's gonna give me the information, right? But until episode 3, she has no card in the game. So she has a big card in the game, and it is a good thing because, see, Shannon, she has a card in the game. She's selling. The husband has a card in the game. He's an addict. The dude who traded the medication, right? He's an asshole. He wants to get money. They all have stake in the game. Her, she doesn't have stake. She just sees the pandemic. It's like, yo, I want to check it out. The third one is by far my favorite show. They're a very rare couple. And of course, when we're filming. It's okay, it's okay. So, I can't do shit, guys. I cannot do shit. I don't know what to do. The third one is like my favorite by far. What I really enjoy is in a weird way, it's not necessarily about the four characters. It is their surroundings. So Shannon, she's surrounded by sellers. And this episode, you're gonna see that there's something wrong there. Episode number 3 is my favorite, by far my favorite, and it sucks. It's really sucks, but it's the quality of the show in itself. So episode number 1, my favorite character, honestly, the husband. Episode number 3, my least favorite character, the husband, because he's an addict, right? And it's surrounding them. The cops, the researcher, talking to the doctor, right? But it's not so much about what we know is, okay, well, we know this character is involved, but how is he involved? How does he feel like he's involved? It's like kind of like a chapter closer. Shannon, she's saying that something is very wrong. She's saying that, dude, most of the people that sell are making more and more money than me, and they're making crazy amounts. And she's asking, and her mentor's like, yo, this person should make that much, this person make an amazing amount. It's like, how are they making that much money? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Because they on for the FDA, which is basically this is beautiful. This is fucking incredible. This is the meta. This is the behind the scenes. See, the problem with Painkiller, it is very technical. It's not a drama. It's not a movie. It'll be 4 different point of view, right? So for some people, Game of Thrones, if you the show is less bad. If you watch if you read the books, it's very complicated because you're gonna have a chapter which is James, chapter which is Tyrion, chapter which is Caitlyn, chapter which is Ned, chapter which is Sansa. So you're constantly moving back and forth with the characters, and this one is hard. So it's harder to have like a line where you have 4 different characters that are not meeting. So you have 4 different characters who are constantly at odds. You have two parallel. You have two parallel, but this one is with this one. Like, okay, well, how do they all go together? How does the story all tied up together? We have the hunt for the FDA, which is the creator of the creator, which is a good salesman, and again the mentor. When you see the mentor, it's crazy. The imagery they do the mentor as like a priest who gives oxycontin to his disciple, and it's insane because it's a church, it's a cult, it's really good. So he has this understanding of the FDA, and he uses the mice. And you're like, what is the mice? What is it? And the mice in itself is so cool because it's a concept of going against a person, right? And we see the addition of the hubby. Now he's really addicted. He's at dinner with his family, and he's eating, and he bites his finger so much that he bleeds. He didn't understand it. You got Shannon was seeing a girl, and one of the girls, and it's the craziest thing, she sees a girl that she's in a doctor's office using oxycontin as a drug. Like, holy shit! And then they're dying, and then in the same show they're dying, right? Which is so weird. You got the husband who lied, the family saying he quit, right? The doctor who is realizing that there's a crisis, right? And understanding that this is not good. We have the inspector. The inspector shines today, and so she really shines. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna go see, and she's gonna see the understanding, and it's kind of cool because there's so much money involved. There's so much. We got this sunset for the 22 October 2024. I have another ID. 48, 54. People for sure should play in the rank. Shitty item. Oh. What the always do too fast. Oh, Frieza. Frieza rare. But there's a Frieza. For Goku. Like Goku is a... Who did this? Let's go, baby. a beautiful sunset, isn't it? Okay, let's see something.